Welcome to the second part of this video, measurement of precipitation. Here we will discuss in detail about the different type of rain gauge. So this figure show a typical non-recording rain gauge in which you see on top we have a funnel to carry the rainwater that is falling on it. This funnel then carries the water into the graduated cylinder on which we see there is a marking which tells us how much rain has fallen in that period. So in India, generally around 8 or 8:30 am, a person who is in charge of this, he goes there and look at these rain gauges and then find out how much rainfall has occurred in the previous day. However, the disadvantage of this is that it can store rainfall only up to certain capacity. So during heavy rainfall, the person will have to go at least 3-4 times to measure this rainfall because it will be frequently exceeded the capacity of the cylinder. So as you see in the figure, this is one of the recording rain gauges called as the tipping bucket. So here also we have a funnel which collects rainfall, and there is an arrangement here which is known as the tipping bucket, which has two components as you can see in the figure. So one of the component is below the funnel, so it collects all the rainfall, and then when a fixed amount of rainfall is around 0.25 mm has entered into this bucket, it tips over. So then it rotates, and then the other compartment comes below the funnel and it will start collecting. So when it tips, there is a magnet here which will send a signal some recording device, and then we will know how much time it took to fill one side of the bucket, and then from this information we will know how much rainfall has been collected on that time, so that way it records and tells us about the intensity of the rainfall. Then we have the waving bucket type. You can see here there is a bucket. So this receiver bucket, it is supported either by a spring or some waving mechanism. So the movement of the bucket due to its increasing weight, which happens due to the rainfall that it collected, is transmitted to a pen which then traces the record and makes a marking on the clock driven chart. So this type of bucket, waving bucket rain gauges instrument, it gives us a plot of the accumulated, that is the how much rainfall has been accumulated against the elapsed time, and then the curve which is so formed from this is called as the mass curve. Then come the last one, the floating bucket type. So as you can see from the figure, when rain occurs, water will come from the funnel and fall in that cylinder as shown in the figure. So then the floating rod will start floating when this happens. So float is provided at the bottom of the container, and this float will raise as the level rises in the container. The movement of this float will be recorded by a pen moving on a recording drum, which is actuated by the clock walk. And from this, we can then find the rain intensity.